Welcome to At the Vanguard. We're TB Vanguard, and our motto is 4 fans, 5 fans. We showcase fans on the front line of the Team Breezy movement. This podcast is an open forum to discuss current topics as they relate to Chris Brown and his fan base.
Hey, welcome to At the Vanguard. Today is September 20th, and we'll go ahead and get started. I'm Nikki.
I'm Paula.
And I'm Tasha.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back. The little skeleton crew again. Okay, Tasha, what you got from Billboard?
Okay, so for the Hot 100, Summer Too Hot is at 95. Billboard 200, Indigo is still there, 168. Hot R&B songs, Summer Too Hot, number 6. Holly Roll is number 13. And top R&B albums, Indigo is up to 18.
That's crazy talk. Yay!
Indigo staying on the rise.
Wow.
Yep.
That is crazy.
Amazing album, though.
I'll tell you the exciting thing, though. We got to see a great interview with Shannon Sharpe and Chris. So Shannon Sharpe left Undisputed, and he now has his own show called Club 𝙑𝙧𝙧𝙧, which is an interesting name. I would say Club Shay, but hey, Club 𝙑𝙧𝙧𝙧.
It's probably his nickname.
It's probably his nickname from the hood or something. But yeah, he did a wonderful interview with Chris and gave a beautiful introduction, very respectful, going over all his, accolades and everything. But what did you think about that interview? What are some of the things, the highlights that you liked, Nikki?
There were several, but I will say, because I saw the intro quite a few times, I had forgotten how much he's done. And how much he's achieved. So when he was spewing all that up, I was like, go ahead.
Go ahead, Faye.
Right. That was nice. That was nice to hear those things again. Surpassing Elvis and and I had even shame on me. I had even forgot about the fact that he owns his masters, and I remember that was a big deal,
right?
Because it wasn't that long ago. It was only when he was 29, but I actually forgot about that too. So it's nice because there's just things that we know and things that we keep up with, but there's so much that he has going on, and that
he's accomplished
accolades and things of that accolades and things of that nature that people who don't know and are watching the interview and most likely didn't even expect to see him on the interview can certainly enjoy it. The word of the day is tenacity.
Yes. Yes, indeed.
I loved it. Like, yes. So anyway, so the intro was one of my favorite parts. Another part that I liked was when he, he's not one that likes to give advice to others. So because I think, he probably, with all the stuff that he's gone through, he probably couldn't stand when people were, trying to publicly give advice to him. So I liked that he could actually put himself in some of their shoes, especially with certain situations that they were discussing involving like multiple women and baby mamas and stuff like that. And I like how for that one guy who had made a couple mistakes, really interesting mistakes, but anyway, he had made them, and Chris was like, I would just tell him, do what you came to do.
Right.
Which I like.
Yeah.
Because it's like, you're in this sport to play and achieve these things. You're not in it to pretend to bang.
Right.
You're not in it for that. So just do what you came to do, and I liked that. There was one other thing I liked too. There's so many things that I liked, but I think the other thing I liked is how prepared Shannon was, which he always is. But I feel like you get to see what a great interviewer Shannon is. Too.
And what an interview should be like.
Well, right.
Yeah.
And he truly respects Chris. He enjoys talking to him, and they've got their jokes going back and forth. And Shannon's also a Southern man, So, the part, the part when Diddy was like, I don't, no, you go outside, and it was something Shannon said when he put it in a Southern way.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Get on up out of here or something. It was something he said because even Chris laughed, and I was just like, I'm enjoying this too much. I'm enjoying this just a little too much.
Well, yeah, coming from California, you have your own ideas about Southern accents and Southern isms and
the whole
nine.
They're not all the same, but clearly.
Right. But I don't know. You have your moments, Nikki.
They're not all the same. But if you got a draw, as Paula would say, you got a Southern draw.
Got a draw, yes. Not a twang.
Shannon has one.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Shannon has one.
For sure.
Yeah.
But Tasha, what were some of the things you were thinking about?
Well, the one I'll think just one. The one that stood out to me the most, it was when he was saying how he's not, which I'm gonna have to paraphrase because I don't remember exactly the way he said it, but how he said he's not going out of his way to make people know he's a good person.
Oh,
he's just gonna be a good person.
I like
to me that was my favorite part of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's even like right now, without bringing light to it all week long, there's some nonsense going on.
Yeah,
and it's just like he can't live certain things down, and he's finally at a point where he's not trying.
Yes,
he's not trying. I'm a good person,
right?
If you don't see that, oh well, it's on you.
Exactly.
It doesn't make me not a good person. Yeah. But that was my favorite part of it. And just that it was like a more serious of a conversation. Like all the other ones, I loved them all, watched them several times, but they were like more on the playful side. And I just feel like he got to like really, get some stuff off his chest this time.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
I think one thing stood out, even talking about the past, I mean, because everybody sort of looks, you were discovered doing this. It wasn't one little thing you discovered. It's a process. Everybody thinks it's so overnight. It's not. It gives the appearance of it. Because he was such a phenom. It's like he came out of nowhere. But he had his, long haul. He was in front of Diddy at 11 years old. That's way before he became famous.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I can't believe how early he was out there like that. Yeah. Like without his mom and stuff, he's up in New York and what? Every time he says that, I'm like, I can't believe he was doing that on his own like that. Yep. I mean, not that there weren't people with him, but
he had handlers.
Yeah, that's not like your mom, not your family or something. He's a kid, so yeah,
that was pretty amazing.
He's been strong from the very beginning. He's been strong. He's built for it.
Oh yeah. Just something else I was thinking about. The thing is, we had so many things on our mind, and we were talking about earlier. Now they're like slipping out of my head. But it's talking about his catalog. I was very proud that he was saying, "No, I'm not going to sell it. My grandchildren can eat off that." Yes,
very proud of that.
That is foresight. That is smart. Because some of these artists are selling. I'm like, you're insane.
And that's like the trend right now, to sell your catalog.
Which
not following it.
It doesn't make any sense.
I don't get that.
I don't think they're doing it either, but they're doing it.
They clearly must need it.
I guess they need the money or whatever, but
or they just want their money now. They don't care about what's down the road. I'll make more or something,
Yeah.
But it's poor. It's not really good foresight, though.
It's not.
It really isn't.
Very proud of him for that.
Yeah, I was pleased. I was very pleased. Because, oh boy. There's so many people making that mistake. And even, I don't know, I'm going to go into too much detail, but it just seems to think the whole situation with Diddy releasing some of his artists'
Mm-hmm.
catalog,
Mhm.
and they're running my complaining. Oh, why didn't you give it to us years ago? That's why they have no money. They don't have
Right.
any business savvy. They keep
Right.
complaining. They want to point the finger at Diddy, point the finger at Diddy. But really, Nick, you got 3 pointed back at yourself, as my daddy would say, because
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
when you look at like what is it? Mr. Mix-a-Lot. I just saw a brand new commercial
Mhm.
using his song. That's what you
Mhm.
do. You market the song that you have.
Yeah.
Don't sit around complaining. Okay, you've got your
Some
catalog
good
now.
music.
Market it. Make
Some
money.
good music. That man knows what he's doing.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You have it now. What are you gonna do with it?
That's why they didn't have it in the first place. They have no business savvy.
Mhm.
That's why I don't have that sympathy, because they always want to point the finger at Diddy, but no, y'all really don't have any business sense.
Well, because they're looking at it as like how things have been going for them, since the fall. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They're not as popular or whatever. So in their mind, I'm assuming, if we would have had it back then, we could have blah 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 blah. But you know what? No, you didn't. You didn't have it.
No.
And you weren't doing anything.
And you still not doing anything. You got it now. You still don't know what to do.
You weren't even doing anything back then. So what difference does it make?
Make a difference.
Just be glad you got it now.
Exactly. But they don't really have any real savvy when it comes to that.
Mm-hmm.
But what you gonna do?
Perfect example. You can edit this out, or keep it. The perfect example of what I would think of what you're talking about, though, is a throwback to the Clark sisters. And the only reason I'm bringing that up is because Twinkie, the fact that she would write all those songs, a fantastic writer, and she went and sold. This is years ago, obviously. Sold the songs so she could buy a Cadillac. And her mama was mad, Dr. Dr. Moss Club. She was furious. And she said, but they're my songs. I wrote those songs. I wrote them. She said, you don't understand. You just took money from your grandbabies. You just, because she didn't have the foresight, to realize that. And I think that people aren't realizing that. And I was just like, that. This is the perfect example.
They think it's just so easy.
Right.
Yeah. Like they think it's just so easy. I'll replace these. I'll do more. But there's no guarantee nobody's going to want to hear those. You already had these hits. You had this amazing career. And another example, Justin Timberlake.
Oh, yes.
That catalog is insane. How are you going to replace that?
Yep, can't.
You can replace that unless they think they're just going to do something amazing with this money they're getting.
Maybe so.
I don't understand it, because some of those songs, are classics in the sense that they don't sound dated. They don't sound dated.
Now they're not getting chump change. Let's not say that.
Yeah, they're getting their fortunes, but fortunes can be lost. I mean,
they can.
Unless
you have the residuals, but
they're not getting the residuals.
Maybe they're thinking what they're getting now is more than they're going to get in the long run. I don't know, but
that's possible, because they can invest and do other things with those.
But if somebody's willing to pay you that for your catalog, it's worth
that
more.
should tell you a lot.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What did he get? Like $200 million?
Yes, but that means it's worth probably double that.
Exactly.
But they don't see that. If they're offering you that, it's worth way more. They're going to make money off that.
There's been
you're set for the rest of your life. And if you do things right, your whole family's set for the rest of their life.
I'm glad Christopher knows that, and that's just, I'm so proud of him. I really am.
Yeah.
Because, when I look at even Rick James, now Rick James was a cocaine addict, but he managed to hold on to his master.
He held on to them under the dump.
And so he didn't die broke. He did not die broke. He was able to get residuals for all these people sampling his song.
He needed to feed his habit. He needed his money.
I
said what I said.
But it's very hard for a lot of people on drugs sell their masters and sell their. They do that all the time.
Right.
He was functional.
He was smart, but he was functional at it. He said,
I remember when Tom Joyner said, "Oh my God, you managed to hold on to your catalog even though you're on drugs." He's like, "Oh yeah, I was desperate, but I wasn't that desperate. I was not to sell my catalog." And so he's got a son
some
now.
sort of control.
His son is still going to be fed from that money.
Right.
That's what Chris was saying.
And
those songs will be used forever.
Exactly.
And they just used it, what, a year or two ago? The song was used by a rapper. Just a couple years ago. The Super Freak song was used.
Oh, yeah. Super Freak. Oh, yeah. Oh, please, they sample that all the time.
Well, obviously,
that is sampled to
But
death.
my point is, it's 2023.
Right.
Exactly.
And the song is still being used.
It's 40, oh gosh, close to 50 years.
Yeah.
Gosh. So, yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. In the future, I think it'll be worth more. But they don't see that. They don't have that foresight.
Yeah. They don't want to play the long game.
Right. That's it.
I want my money now.
That's it right there.
Some of the older groups.
Yeah.
The smarter groups.
Which that's fine if you're good with your money.
Yeah, but
it's worth more than what you got.
I mean, things can happen. I mean, markets can fall. Doesn't you're not just being good with your money. Things can happen with the market. But but when you still got something that's going to feed you, even if it's a certain, a certain amount, you're going to be fine. But yeah, that was a big deal to me, and I really was very proud of him. Gosh, it was so much. It's hard to even know what to touch on.
I do like that. When he was on there, Shannon had asked if the album was coming out in November. Remember, if it was coming out in November, and he didn't know at the time, and now we know.
He's acknowledged
November 11th.
Yeah. Make a wish. I did like that.
Which I believe is not a Friday.
It is a Saturday.
I'm not surprised.
Okay, so we're losing a day.
Yeah, just a day. That's not bad. It would be even better if he did it at midnight, but we can't count on that.
I'm sure he will. And I'm sure it'll release at midnight. I mean, it's not going to matter. It's still Saturday.
Yeah, it's still Saturday, but...
We have hard copies this time.
Pardon?
Huh? Are there going to be physical copies this time?
I hope he's learned that. I think there was supposed to be last time and something happened. I can't see him just consciously not doing a CD.
Right. I don't know what happened, but yeah, it was a huge delay. But I hope that doesn't happen again.
We say this all the time when we bring it up. Team Breezy buys music. We still buy CDs. We're not downloading nothing.
But especially with his face. I mean, that's what I said. That's one of his products. His voice is his most important product, but his face is another one of his products, and he needs to market that. But these pictures we've been getting lately are quite amazing. So I think he knows. So I don't know what they're from. I think they
we just need to stop asking for it, because sometimes he fight us tooth and nail on stuff.
Yeah, I think just to be contrary sometimes.
Yeah.
Probably petty.
Like Chris, nobody's looking for no credit or nothing. Just do it.
Just do it. Yeah.
Please do it.
Yes. Oh no, nobody worried about no credit. No, absolutely not. And
I'm gonna send an email again. Do this, and this.
Right.
I wish he could, because I know a lot of our U.S. artists, they don't do this, but the K-pop singers do. The way they release the actual CD itself, what all comes with it, it's so beautiful.
That's what we're talking about. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. And I don't know why the U.S.
How many called you D? Nikki?
The U.S.
Right now I'm doing it.
I've thought about this for years because, my sister, there were certain K-pop groups that she bought years ago. She's like, look at the booklet. Look at the. I was like, hey, look. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
And it's not like it's a $30 CD either, but it's just, I could years ago, I could have seen us really enjoying.
Yes.
Enjoying that.
Yes.
But it's like, we don't really, we do, but people in general don't really buy CDs anymore.
But Team Breezy, for whatever reason, definitely does.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he has to know that, and it has to be there, ready to go.
Yeah, he has to know his fan base.
For the way we were selling out those Breezy CDs when they did drop, I want to know how many they had.
I know that
we kept selling them out like that.
It couldn't have been too many because, I mean,
couldn't have been.
What's the name? Amazon sold out. Best Buy stopped. Like, what happened?
Well, Best Buy had stopped selling. Well, I guess in the store they stopped selling.
Yeah, you can't
buy any CDs in store. Except for, I mean, unless you strike some kind of deal with Target, which that probably needs to happen. Right. I don't know if they'll do it, but try.
Right.
Target and Walmart.
Yeah. So I'm hoping that he if he didn't listen to the whole thing, because this is about 15 minutes long, so he may not listen to it. But let's hope he heard some of it, or somebody he knows heard some of it.
The whole just Make-A-Wish thing on its own. Just that on its own. There's just so much to do with that. So I hope somebody is handling that. No shade to nobody else. It needs to be professionals. Marketing
team, yes.
No reason for this stuff not to be on Amazon. Or if you want to put it on his professional website, put it there.
That's what I'm saying. I would,
But Amazon the thing about Amazon is that people who don't, you have to go to his page. Amazon, you could just come across it.
You could just
come down your feed. So I think that's why it's it shouldn't be the only place you can find it, because I mean, Amazon is a huge market, which we know, and you'll see things that you would never see anywhere else, and then you don't have to be looking for it.
And then the one that I came across that I've been showing the examples of, I wasn't looking for that.
Exactly. Yes, I remember
it was just
that.
there. Yeah. It was just there. I was like, this is what I was talking about.
Yes.
So,
let's hope so. But
we're gonna try.
Yeah.
Right. So Team Breezy being spoiled and greedy, and I want whatever he gonna give me.
Right.
I want a nice, concise.
But I want the general public to be able to sit with his album and digest it and love it, and we not be hearing about songs 3 years down the road because y'all didn't listen to them all.
Yes. Because there's so many.
In that sense, yes, put 11.
Yes, because there's so many that they got buried.
Right.
I mean, when you look at
for the past, how many years? Since 2017.
Yes.
They're buried.
Yes.
And they're amazing songs. Amazing.
No Exit. Overtime. I mean, there's so many great songs that nobody, that only we know, because we'll listen to the whole album.
Exactly. But, since 2017, his music has been buried.
So that's the beauty of, the 12, 15 song album.
Yeah.
That people get to focus on. But I also think he doesn't need to release every year.
He does not.
I know nobody wants to hear that, but he can tour off what he has now. He can tour for years.
Yes, he could.
But
there are songs that have not ever been performed.
Right.
Like, he's good for a while.
But I really would be happy if he would, just hold off.
Yeah.
And because he's got so many songs already in the can.
Mm-hmm.
Go, tour.
He loves touring, though.
Yeah.
Most people do not.
To me, Chris's schedule is grueling, but he's fine. I'm so
this last one was unheard of.
It was insane.
he doesn't go, like, he'll go for like a month or so here, but I I was
But I mean,
worried about
we're
him.
talking back to
I
back to
was
back, and then
I was
after
really worried
parties.
about
I'm
him
like,
doing that UK tour.
stop the after parties. Go home and go to sleep.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, you don't need the money. But I
And
think
towards the end, I want to say like those last maybe 10 days to 2 weeks at the end, you could really see it in his face. He was exhausted.
Oh yes, yes, yes.
Different time zones, all that mess. Go to bed.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, okay. Well,
we did it again.
Nikki, you want to take us on out?
All right, everybody. Thanks for joining us tonight. We'll catch you next week. Have a great week, everybody. Good night.
Good night.
Good
Bye-bye.
night.
Thanks for joining us on this episode, and we hope you'll join us again at the Vanguard.